Right, I've been a bit quiet on the Bobber vlog lately, mainly because I haven't been doing a lot, because I haven't had the funds to invest in anything that's sort of really interesting. It's an expensive time of year for me at the moment, and I'm motivated by progress, and also it's winter now, so the nights are coming in quite quick and it's sort of cold and dark, and it's not so easy to do stuff in your spare time. And I'm working full time again at the moment as well, so I've been plodding along with the trailer. I haven't really got stuck into it that much because I haven't got the money to actually go anywhere with it and race when I do get it going, so that's been a bit slow too. What I was going to do is get to the track and test out these different exhausts, but what I'm going to do now, and I was going to try and get in 10-second quarters with 9 psi boost, but what I'm going to do now while things are slow and there's not much interesting stuff going on is mess about with 15 psi boost on the street and tune it on the street. That way when I'm ready to go to the track, it's all good. So I'm looking forward to that. So we're going to get cracking on that. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to put on my bigger exhaust with the X-pipe and stuff, because that flows really well, and I've got the standard exhaust on and the cat which has been opened up. There's all videos about that, I'll show you. You've probably seen that, and that's not real good for 15 psi boost, I reckon, and that'll be holding it back quite a bit. So I'm going to put my other exhaust on, which is a bit of a chore. I actually absolutely hate messing about doing that. I'm looking forward to making headers so that I don't have to mess about with X-pipes and stuff like that, but that's all to come in the future. And so that's where at the moment. The trailer, yeah, like I said, I've been plodding along with the trailer. It's actually winter now in Australia, and it's amazing how quick the transition between summer and winter is here in southern Queensland. Like only a few weeks ago it was sort of summer, and now it's like, I reckon it's about 6 degrees in Ipswich here now. It does get to 0, we do get frost. That's only very briefly though, but it's going to be 24 degrees today and beautiful, so I love the weather here, it's great. There's a temperature gauge on the sign up here at Botcher's. We'll see what that says. This VW dealership here on the right is where I worked for many years. Terrible place. Oh, 7 degrees it says. I weren't far off. I got my winter gloves on, and I'm glad I got cruise control on this bike because it means I can warm up my right hand on the engine while riding still. Yeah, they were some interesting years working there. I only work there because it's 5 minutes from my house. $7 degrees. I wasn't actually looking forward to riding to work today because it's so cold, but it's actually really nice, it's really fresh. The bike's loving this cold air, and this is probably the first time I've ridden it when it's been this cold with the supercharger and intercooler on, and it really wants to go. It's really responsive right now. So first thing I've got to do is put my bigger exhaust on, what flows really nice. I'll probably do that tonight. What else has happened? Oh, nothing much interesting. Oh, I did get a puncture the other day on the way home in the pissing down of rain, which was interesting. It was pretty scary too, because I didn't realise I'd had a puncture, and the traction control was coming on when I was pulling away from the lights, and it was sort of a bit squirrely, and then it just got worse and worse, and I knew what happened. I managed to get home, which is cool. Well, that was a scary ride. I thought it was just because it was wet and it was spinning off the lights, but I ran over something on the hard shoulder and heard a loud pop. My tyre's fucked. I thought it was just a bit of plastic, you know, when you run over a cable tie or something and it goes bang. But nah. Oh well. I need a new battery too. I had to jump start it to get it going. The insurance is due. It's never ending at the moment. And then got a new tube put in, which was only 60 bucks. That was alright. I can't complain at that. Right, what I've just done is put me old exhaust back on, the one which has got the big X pipe on it, which is under there. I don't know if you can see it. But what I've done now is I've made it quick release like the exhaust the other day. I've just got to trim this stud off, and basically that just pulls the two exhausts together into the X pipe, so I don't have to go through the old palaver I used to go through to remove it. So the cat came off without taking the frame apart like I used to do, because I've done modifications to it so I can do that. So it's pretty easy doing this. It took me 2 hours to do the whole thing, to weld them bits in so that I can make this quick release, and to strip the paint off it so I can paint it again. Looks pretty cool like that though, I think. Definitely a lot louder. I do like it this loud, but I just try not to be too annoying for the neighbours, and it's a little bit on the loud side. So what I need to do first is, now I've got the bigger exhaust on it, I just need to actually make sure that my air fuel ratio is good everywhere. It's leaned it down in a couple, it's not too bad, it's not too much different, but it's leaned it down in a couple of spots I've noticed, so I'm going to richen them up. Then I'll put a smaller pulley on it, and then gradually sort of ride it and get faster and faster, keep an eye on the AFR and tune it as I go, so that it doesn't go lean. But what I've got to do before that actually is I've got to remap it and actually retard the ignition in the spots where it's boosting. And I think with a smaller pulley it's going to start boosting earlier as well. And in my map so far I haven't actually retarded ignition early on because it doesn't boost, but I'm going to have to do that now. Well, you'll get to see all that. I actually think I prefer the quiet exhaust, to be honest. Like, it sounds good, but it's a little bit, I don't know, I tend to enjoy riding it a bit harder with the quieter exhaust because it's less conspicuous. You get so many people in the traffic speeding up and even slowing down just to annoy you when you're on a bike. I notice if you're in the right hand lane on a bike, some people they like to slow down when they're in the right hand lane. I think they're jealous because you can get through the traffic and stuff. And then they speed up when you're doing this on the hard shoulder, so you can't get back in sometimes. I try not to get into road rage because you never know who the person is. They could be anybody. Especially when you're commuting as well, because you tend to see the same people at the same time every day. don't normally filter along here, but I really don't want to be stuck in front of this f***ing bus, or behind it rather. Yes, it's definitely got way more poke with this exhaust on it. Definitely. Right, so this video's been a bit more of a vlog than it normally is. Just letting you know what I'm up to, and that things are progressing just a little bit slow at the moment. But now there's going to be quite a few videos about putting a smaller pulley on and stuff like that. I've had the exhaust on for a couple of days now and it's way better. I haven't painted it yet though. So the next video will probably be out in a couple of days, and you'll see me using Tune ECU because I'm going to try and tune a little flat spot out of it, which I've got at the moment, which will all go up the wall anyway when I put the other pulley on, but I want to get it running as best as I can like this first. So you also see my poor man's data logger and how I tune it on the street. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and of course have a great day.